Hello, welcome to the Running Junos CLI Commands Using the Juniper.device Ansible Collection Learning Byte. I'm Gordon Mosley with the Education Services Department at Juniper Networks. Let's get started. After completing this learning byte, you will be able to run Junos CLI commands using the Juniper.device Ansible Collection and an Ansible playbook. The Juniper.device Ansible Collection is a series of freely available Python modules provided by Juniper Networks in Ansible Galaxy that enable you to manage your Junos OS platforms using Ansible playbooks. The Juniper.device Ansible Collection also leverages the free Junos PyEZ Python library to connect to your managed platforms. This playbook consists of a single play. You can call it whatever you'd like. And then which host would you like the tasks in this play to be executed against? Now, I have a total of 7 VMX devices. I have them grouped, and you would normally specify an Ansible inventory group here. But since retrieving the CLI output, it's a lot of data, I've limited for the learning byte, this play to be executed against a single host. And there are 2 tasks. And here's the magic task. We want to run a Junos CLI command. To do that, we use the Juniper.device Ansible Collection command Python module. And we simply list the Junos CLI commands that we would like to run in quotes. You can list multiple commands, but simply list in the same way you would type the command in if you were connected to the device using the Junos CLI. I want to see the output for the show interfaces terse command on the VMX1 host. And I want to store the output. I want the output to be formatted as text, standard text output. And I want to save that output in this register. And then my final task simply prints that register. And this is how I actually see the results. The results are returned to me in a couple of different keys. There's output where all of the output is in a single line, which can make it a little difficult to read. And there's also some lined output, and that looks like traditional Junos CLI output that you may already be accustomed to. So this is the playbook that I want to use. You can edit and add in any commands that you like. I'm going to connect to my Ansible workstation, and we'll experiment with this now. Okay, this is my Ansible Administrator workstation, and let's take a look at our playbook. It's called run_commands.yml. Now in this playbook, this is the one I showed you in the slides. The command, if I run this playbook, we're going to retrieve the output of a show interfaces terse command that in this example will be executed against a single host. So let's run the playbook. And it's done. Now, I mentioned that the output is retrieved in 2 different formats. There is what's called the standard output, where all of the output is in a single line. You can kind of see the new line marks. A little difficult to read in my opinion. So it also provides output in what's called a standard output lines format, which is each line is a separate line. Each line of output is placed on a separate line, and it makes it easier to read. And this looks more like the output, exactly actually like the output that you'd see if you ran this actual command while connected to a Junos platform. And so this is the standard operational mode output for that command. Now we can edit that file and change the command. For example, instead of show interfaces terse, maybe I have another playbook, or edit this playbook and run. Let's see what the routing table looks like. So let's add another Junos CLI command, and then we can run the playbook again. And so maybe you have a collection of Ansible playbooks that retrieve data that's important to you. In this particular VMX1 node, I have an inet.0 standard IPv4 routing table, and these are all the routes that are present in that table. This device also has MPLS enabled. And so there's an MPLS.0 table. So that show route will retrieve any routing table that's present on that VMX1 device. And the cool thing is I retrieved all of that information without having to manually connect to the device and enter the show interfaces terse or a show route command. I can do all this using the Juniper.device Ansible Collection and an Ansible playbook. In this learning byte, we ran Junos CLI Commands using the Juniper.device Ansible Collection. Thank you very much.
Visit the Juniper Education Services website to learn more about courses. View our full range of classroom, online, and e-learning courses. Learning paths, industry segment and technology-specific training paths. Juniper Network's certification program, the ultimate demonstration of your competence. And the training community, from forums to social media. Join the discussion.